Which one of the following words, as it is used in the passage? By the way, that phrase is often used in these questions, and you got to pay attention to it because it's how the word is used in the passage, not any definition that you could impose on that word. Okay? And they almost always say that phrase. Best serves to underscore the author's concerns about the authenticity of the autobiographies discussed. What does so? Again, we have to predict. What's the author's concerns about the authenticity?
They're not necessarily authentic.
Okay, they're not necessarily authentic, right? I'm not sure that they're authentic. That's the author's concern. Okay, so A, ostensible, which is line 2, ostensible authorship. What does that mean? What does ostensible mean? Supposed, yeah. Wait, why are you laughing?
I forgot what it meant.
Because you're like, oh, great. And you're like, yeah, I love this test. Yeah, ostensible means supposed or apparently or something like that. Yeah, so the authenticity is apparent but not necessarily true, right? Supposed, it's presumably what it is but not necessarily. I would keep that one open. Integrity. No, it's not. It's the opposite of that. Extraneous. Was anyone tempted by this? Okay. What was your thought? You're thinking, hey, the authorship is extraneous. In other words, it's unnecessary. It's out there.
It's extraordinary.
Extraneous. It's extraordinary. So the authenticity was extraordinary? No. Wait, the authenticity was external?
What was peripheral or integral to the story?
Peripheral. Okay, so the authenticity was... I think what you're thinking right now when you're tempted by this answer maybe is the authorship was external? So that's a little bit different, right? Because like, if you're saying the authorship was external, that could be different from the narrative itself is authentic. So I think that's why that's out. Okay, D. Delimits means to limit or to set out. I don't see how that applies. And impolitic, like not polite, I'm not sure how that applies either. So, were you tempted by impolitic?
No, I was tempted by the limits because when we talked about, when you go back to the actual lines, it just seemed like it underscored the author's concern about this.
Okay, transcribed narratives in which an editor explicitly delimits his or her role. So when you delimit your role, what are you doing?
Like decreasing or, well.
Yeah,
decreasing.
I don't know if it's decreasing.
decreasing,
Delimit to me sounds like you're defining what your role. Well, yeah, you're limiting your role to a certain thing. Like, oh, my job is just to write down what they say, right? So the authenticity is limited. Is that what you were thinking?
No, so what I was thinking was kind of like if the author is limiting their role and like limiting like what it's kind of like it's weird. So what I'm thinking is like basically like the editor is limiting like their voice in what they're writing.
That's good?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Does
So
that reflect the author's concerns about the authenticity?
yes, because technically if the editor is limiting his role, then would there still be a question of like the moral integrity of the writing piece?
Okay, so then you're saying the author would be happier with the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but this question is just asking which word best reflects the author's concerns about the authenticity.
Oh, okay.
So the author's concerns to me are negative, like, oh, I'm not sure it's authentic. And this answer just says, oh, okay, limited role. Whereas like answer choice A, ostensible, like supposed or apparently, like, yeah, like the author's like, I'm not, these are supposedly authentic, but I don't think that they necessarily are. So that captures how the author feels about the authenticity, not necessarily a solution to the authenticity.
Okay.
So. Okay.